That's a huge win. And it is. I mean, you look at Kansas City, you look at the history of Kansas City, you look at all the AFC championship games they've gone to in a row and all the stuff they've done. Hey, man, this is gigantic. And ultimately, to get to where you want to go, you gotta knock off the champs. And you knocked them down. And now they're sitting at, 5-5? And this division crown looks out of reach for the Kansas City Chiefs. So, good.
Yeah, I mean, that was obviously a huge game. I mean, you can separate yourself from the Chiefs. You put the Chiefs in they're, just trying to make the playoffs, not win the AFC West anymore. They're just, fighting for a playoff spot now. So, at home, a lot of attention was on this football game. How do you respond to that, and how do you play in those moments? I mean, that's what you're hoping. You're going to be playing in more of these football games, bigger football. Sean always says it. Bigger football games. Once you start getting, towards the end of the season, we're going to see the Chiefs and the Chargers again. Those are going to be huge regular season games probably. Then you're going to be playing in the playoffs. That's going to be a huge game. So, big game, huge win for the Denver Broncos. And, the Chiefs had this one highlighted. They weren't overlooking you. They knew how important this game was for them and their chances to win the AFC West and their chances to make the playoffs. And so they brought their best, and you matched it, and you were able to find a way to get a W.
You won across the board. Your quarterback outplayed their quarterback. Your head coach outcoached their head coach. Your defensive coordinator outcoached their defensive coordinator. Your special teams coach outcoached theirs. Dave Taub.
Bring it.
Dave Taub, Toby, whatever his name is. He was being talked about here as a potential coach back in the day. And Darren Rizzi stuck it to him. So, hey, it was we joke about, signature wins, but would we all agree this was their most complete all three phases performance of the year?
Yes.
And it wasn't even close.
And by the way, I mean, Andy Reid's record coming off a bye week, 21-4.
Yep.
Now it's 21-5.
Yep. Take that L on the way out.
Yeah. I mean, that's there's a lot of factors that you had to overcome. And then, when Travis Kelce is kind of, I can't hear you to the fans. How quickly that one backfired on you, didn't it, Travis?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit there on Travis. No, but obviously you put yourself in a great position moving forward. I just hope we can continue to see the offense perform that way. That was the real highlight for me, was offensively. We've seen this defense play great. I think we all believe they're a really good defense, a great defense. Offensively, you just needed more if you could, for me to think that they can make some noise in the playoffs. Need a little bit more from them offensively, and they showed that. Bo was great. He hung in the pocket, went through reads, progressions, made some plays outside the pocket. Receivers were making plays for him, spreading the football around. You saw everyone get involved. Troy Franklin, Pat Bryant, Cortland Sutton, Evan Ingram. Perfect. This is what it should look like. This is what it should look like. This is the recipe to win a Super Bowl. Right here. Play great defense, play good offense, and good special teams. If you can do that, you can win a Super Bowl.
By the way, when you watch them play yesterday, and you've both been on this about the hot and cold nature, how it can look so bad for so long, and then you turn it on, you flip that switch in the fourth quarter. Did you get the sense though that the offense was more complete throughout the course of this game, rather than just looking really bad for huge stretches?
Oh, yeah.
It did feel more consistent to you. To the point where, that first quarter, we're like, oh, man, you came away with 2 field goals. You should have come away maybe with 2 touchdowns. But at least they were moving the ball. They were making plays.
They moved the ball. They completed passes on third down. They had third down and longs that they converted. They just looked more efficient. And really, we've talked a lot about Bo Nix and some of the struggles and some of the, the frenetic nature that we've talked about with him in the pocket at times. I just thought that dude looked completely poised throughout the entirety of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at how they started the game. I mean, that's what gives you confidence. I mean, 14-play drive, took 7 minutes and 24 seconds, half of the first quarter there almost. So great, only 54 yards, but you converted some third downs, you stayed on the football field, and you got points out of the drive. So it wasn't, we hadn't been seeing that. We see 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. So to be able to go on the football field early in the game and set the tone early and wear them out a little bit. So I love the way they started the game. And then obviously, the next one wasn't that good, but you did get points out of it. So main thing is starting the game off and getting some momentum and getting points. They haven't really been doing that much this year. So I think that really set the tone for the rest of the game.
You talk about that first drive, too. You took a sack on the very first play of the game.
Yep.
Like, that is a recipe for a 3 and out. And you overcame that with a 9-yard pass to Franklin. Then on 3rd and 7, you converted that pass, and then you're rolling. So it didn't start off the way you scripted it to start off. It started off with a sack, and you were able to overcome that and still put together a 14-play drive, which is kudos to this offense, kudos to, like I said, the poise of your quarterback to be able to do that and convert on 3rd and 7.
Do you think they'll hear all of the positive stuff that people are saying, that we're saying about them?
Well,
do you think they'll pay attention? They'll hear that?
Whether
or
it's
is it just the
negative
stuff?
it's negative
Yeah.
or positive, Bo says he doesn't hear it.
People are always entitled to their opinion. They're always going to say what they think. That's also what makes, our country great. But, at the end of the day, you just got to block it out. You just, can't involve yourself with what's outside the building, because if you do, man, it'll just bog you down and it'll get you distracted and you start worrying about things that you shouldn't be worried about. Everybody's always going to say something. For some reason, we're always going to be talked down upon. That's okay.
All right. So right there, you just, I mean, we're always going to be talked down upon. So you heard it. Basically, you're admitting that you did hear it, right? Because you're not always. We'll praise you, too. We've praised you all day
That's what we're
today.
doing. That's what we're going to do all week.
Right.
You played great yesterday.
Yeah. That's part of
You
being
look great. It
part of
was-
being a professional, whether you're a coach or you're a player. If you play great, we're going to talk about how great you played. If you play crappy, we're going to talk about how crappy you played. That's part and parcel of this business.
And
Get used to it.
yeah,
Get used to it, right? But I liked how he started that out.
Yeah, the
We're gonna
beginning of it was great.
Block it out. Yes, that's what you should do. I wouldn't if I was playing in the NFL today, and I wasn't on social media when I played at all. But I didn't like to read anything. I didn't want to hear anything, whether it's good or bad. I don't even care. So, if you're the quarterback of the Denver Broncos, yes, block it out. Don't listen, don't read, don't watch anything, whether it's good or bad. Right? It's not going to help you out. So, but then the end there. No, we're not going to always talk down upon you. Only when you play bad. If you play bad, yes, that's what we do. We're going to react. You're a professional athlete. You make millions of dollars, right? So that's part of the gig here.
Yeah, I'm with you, win or tie.
was the
Lose and we
criticism
got issues.
was
Right.
the criticism fair? Absolutely. Last week, what was the conversation surrounding Bo? He looks too sped up. We had guys like Joel Klatt, Dan Orlovsky know a little something about quarterback play, and Joel's talking about how he's like a duck on top of the water, looks calm, but the feet are moving way too fast. Dan Orlovsky said both with us and then when he was just talking to his ESPN audience that they've got to do something about Bo's footwork and just the idea. Don't look, Mark. You did a Telestrator Tuesday where you said, "Boy, it seems like at the first sign of any kind of rush, or even if there isn't a rush, he's looking for it when it's not there. He's bailing out." So it was the criticism last week. That was the criticism. Well, how did he look to you all yesterday?
By the way,
he looked calm.
Yeah.
He looked poised. He stayed in the pocket. He stepped up in the pocket. The footwork was good. Anybody who's been watching Bo all season had to look at the way he played yesterday and said, wow, that was a huge improvement from the last few weeks. It was almost night and day, which means the criticism was valid. Now, credit to Bo for, whether he heard it or whether he didn't and he just was aware of it himself. He came out and played great. I thought it was considering the stakes, it was his best game as a pro.
But I also, on my Telestrated Tuesday, told both of you guys that I watched Bo. I watched every play. I watched every play of the passing game of the offense and thought that Bo was like Bo needed to be better, but Bo wasn't the biggest factor. I said, receivers not getting open because they were chipping on both edges, making sure they only getting 2 and 3 guys out. So they're trying to protect Bo. Bo missed some throws, but I thought the inside protection wasn't very good in the games. I thought the Raiders got to him in the games and pressured him. And then when they weren't pressured, he started feeling some pressure, missing some throws. But I thought that Bo, after I went through the film, wasn't great, but he wasn't the worst thing I saw on film. So
I think you said something like, I came away actually feeling better about Bo.
Yeah, feeling better about the way he played.
Yeah, and you give Bo a lot of credit. You give that coaching staff a lot of credit. Obviously, when you see something that's an issue, you go to work on it and you try to improve. You try to get better. And this is kind of what we saw. This isn't a first for us talking about this stuff. We were talking about this last year when no one else was paying attention to some of these things, and it got better last year, right? And it did. So then all of a sudden you see it this year becoming a problem again. So we highlighting it again. And then now it has gotten better. So that's the one thing you really have to give Bo a lot of credit for. You can tell he works on his craft. You can tell his coaching staff, works on certain things that they need to get better on. And yesterday was great. It was. I mean, they offensively, this is what you need to see if you plan on making any noise in the playoffs. You got to go out there and be able to perform like that offensively.
I'll tell you, when he stands in the pocket and his footwork is sound, boy, he throws a pretty ball, doesn't he?
God bless Bo Nix.
I mean, he throws a pretty ball. So it's the kind of ball. I didn't play the game.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't play varsity.
Right. Who was the JV team that was really good down the road?
I'm telling
guys?
I'm telling you.
Their quarterback.
That's like a
was
Pinkerton
great.
quarterback.
Pinkerton.
Yeah,
that's
Londonderry.
right.
Like, boy.
Right, those guys.
Goffstown.
Yeah.
Man. But he
Class what? L? Class L
L.
football and
Squirrel.
By the
Maine?
way, let's keep the
Class L
conversation.
Maine
Let's keep
football.
the conversation above the belt because apparently some significant others are listening. You want to share what the phone call you just had?
Yeah, I was on the phone with my wife. Checking
Speaking
on
of the anchor.
Oh,
Oh,
see,
my
she
God.
hates. She does not.
AI tie. Fantastic.
Wow.
About time somebody else gets it.
Yeah, I don't know if she's heard that one yet. So
Anchor.
she.
Why don't you play
yeah,
that
He
again?
he wasn't talking about his wife.
Speaking of the anchor.
I was not right,
No,
Mark.
right. You weren't
Yes,
talking
no.
about
I was the
Lana.
wife was like, ba 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 ba.
He was, it was something else.
She always says that, I portray her to be like the meanest person in the world, which she's not, right? But she was listening to the last segment, and I called to check in on her and my son going to school, and she said, I need to start being nicer to you. And she said that I was bullying you and that I better watch myself. So she was sticking up for you, Evans.
She's a lady. Why I don't need people to fight my battles?
Right.
Whenever the two Mrs. S's decide to take up my cause, I always enjoy that.
Yeah, my wife.
Because it's so funny to watch you two cower. You two tough guys cower in the presence of your
I
wives.
said, yes, ma'am. I'll be nicer to her.
Good job, Stoke.
Yeah.
Good
That's all
job.
I said, yes. Okay.
Good
You
job.
got it.
You know what? You're right.
You're right.
honey.
I'm wrong.
You're right.
But Bo looked fantastic.
He
He
did.
looked really, really good. And I mean, this should. Maybe the Broncos won't be drafting a quarterback in the next draft. Maybe that'll quiet that talk for a
How
little while.
about the Stidham? Stidham replacing Bo talk. Quiet that also.
Yeah. So idiot. Yeah, 9-2, all good. And now it's now we're actually having a fight. How's this for a debate? Chiefs play the Colts this week. Chiefs play the Colts.
Ooh.
Colts coming off a bye week,
Who's
right?
going for? Who should we pull for?
Right? Who should Broncos country be pulling for?
That's a real question because
That's not a real question.
It's not a real question.
No.
You're
I want the
pulling
Colts.
for
I'm telling you.
I want the Colts to
Bury
They're
them.
on the ropes. Bury them. Bury them.
I'm with you.
If they die, they die.
Right.
Yeah,
No, I know.
pursue them.
I'm with you.
Right.
But at the same time, you look up and the Colts have beaten us. So, if you're trying to get the number one seed in the AFC for
Right.
playoff time, then you need the Colts to lose, another game or two probably. But, yeah, I'm with you. I want the Chiefs to just read.
Is that in
just,
Indy? Is that game
No,
in Indy?
Arrowhead.
Oh, it's in Arrowhead?
Yep.
Gosh, wouldn't it be great if the Chiefs were a game below 500?
After 11?
Oh,
5-6.
5-6.
5-6.
By the way, this is the first time they've been at 500 this deep into the season since 2015. Ironically enough.
Broncos won
Mm-hmm.
the Super Bowl that year.
Mm-hmm. That Super Bowl was in San Francisco.
And this year's Super Bowl is in?
San Francisco.
Wow.
So
Mark picked the Chargers.
So you're telling me
This
there's
year?
a chance?
Mark picked the Patriots that first year of doing radio. I remember
that's
that.
right.
Good call.
Yeah,
That's
so
right. That's
there we
right.
go. Look at all this.
It's all lining up.
Who did the Broncos beat in the AFC Championship game?
Patriots.
Who are the two top teams in the AFC right now?
Broncos, Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Mark,
Whoa.
you'll take the Patriots again this year if they face off in the AFC Championship game, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Keep it
We
all the
just said-
same.
Yeah, we got to keep it the same.
Yeah.
We got to. Sometimes you got to take one for the
Right.
the overall. Not that Mike did that. Mike did not.
No,
do
I
that.
did.
He
that.
thought
reverse
no,
jinx. You
no.
guys, everybody
You
saw
want me
it.
to tell you why?
They saw it coming.
Wait,
They
Evans?
saw it in the middle of. I was getting texts in the middle of the fantasy draft. Like, I know what you're doing, Mike. Keep doing it.
No, he got
People
caught.
loved the reverse jinxie
He
cat.
got caught slipping. Okay, so we're
Nope.
doing our draft. And
Jinx.
our fantasy draft, and he didn't
Right.
have you, and he didn't know what to do.
Right.
And then he starts picking nothing but Chiefs players.
Yep.
And I started
Part of the strategy.
I started calling him out on it. And then he ended up picking Tyler Bidet.
I had no running backs.
And so I said,
should've
and
gone
then,
with
and then he
Jaleel.
came back the
I should've gone
following
with
segment
Jaleel.
saying, I'm doing this to reverse jinx
was.
it. And I was like, well, if that was the case, then why'd you pick Tyler Bidet?
Right.
You should have just picked all Chiefs players.
Well, they
So,
don't have another running back.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
He didn't even play.
Well, Tyler Bidet didn't even play either, hardly. So,
Wow.
So there
maybe
you go.
that's what Sean was crying about.
not well.
Just you, all your love for the Chiefs last week. Maybe that's why he cried.
They're definitely hearing the noise.
Yeah.
They heard the noise
Oh, they
before
hear
last.
it. They heard it.
I just don't like the, hey, say it to my face, criticism, and people are always going to talk down upon us. What? No, don't play the victim here. Don't play the victim. I hate that. I mean, am I reading too much into this?
No.
I hate the fact when professional athletes play the victim when they get criticized a little
Right.
bit for their performance. Guess what? That's what we do.
dude.
You're in the NFL.
There is nobody, either on the radio or on television or a writer, that could be more critical of my game than I'm going to be of my game. I don't give a crap what you say. It just doesn't. So I don't understand the sensitivity. I don't. Maybe it's just a different generation.
I'm going to cut Bo some slack on this. Is that he went to Auburn. He played at Auburn, and there's a level of scrutiny that goes playing for an SEC school like that. But then you go to Oregon, where let's face it, the heat isn't that extreme. But you're in the NFL now, and you are playing before a very, very, very demanding fan base. And if you think the scrutiny is intense right now, keep winning football games. Keep playing in high stakes games, because it's only going to get ratcheted up more. And you know what? He'll get used to it.
No, you're wrong, Evans.
He'll get used to it.
You're wrong, buddy.
He'll get used to
Let
it.
me tell you, you're wrong.
Tell me how I'm wrong.
You're way off.
Tell
of
me
this.
why I'm wrong.
He played at Auburn,
Yeah.
SEC.
Mm-hmm.
The spotlight was on him. He was the next one. His dad played there. So he talked about it, how he got criticized when they were undefeated. They went play Florida, and he's like, wow, this is a whole nother level. So he knows what being a quarterback's about. He knows how to handle the media. And the fact that he said what he said last week about they're just trying to have fun, I mean, he totally missed the boat on that one. And then again, you did it again after the game, right? When not everybody's trying to talk down upon you. I don't know what's going on there, but the things that he's saying doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. You got to realize that this is the NFL, and he should, and he grew up, as a coach's kid. But you gotta realize that, man, this is the show. This is what's going to happen. And to your point, Evans, one thing that you were right about there was, yes, it's only going to get bigger and bigger, and the criticism will get more and more. The spotlight will get brighter and brighter. So,
Well,
I like
buckle
how-
up.
But if this is, hold on, Mark. If this
Yeah.
is his way of how he reacts to criticism, great. Hey, I talk about this all the time. I love the idea that if a team or a player has a chip on his or their shoulders, great.
No, that's wrong. You're
I
wrong
don't
again.
think I don't
you
think
want
there's
him.
anything
You want him to talk about the fans and portray that they're just trying to have fun
Did
and that
he go
everybody's
out-
against
Oh,
us and they're talking down
what I'm
to
saying
us.
Is, what I'm saying is the criticism that he
Careful,
got
Stokley.
for that.
Lana's listening.
Oh,
The criticism that he got for that.
Boop, boop.
Hey,
Zip.
the anchor. Remember the anchor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Remember the anchor.
Now you're
I
getting
don't-
me in trouble. Look at you.
Well, he can play this game. But if this is his way of how he responds to the criticism that he feels he's getting, then great. I mean, he didn't run, he didn't hide, he didn't cower, he didn't, crawl up into a ball and go home. Dude came out and played arguably his best
Yeah.
game as a pro.
He
So
played great.
we can debate whether or not the criticism was fair or not, or how he took it last week. Hey, all I care about is how did he go out and play yesterday? And if he was playing a little angry yesterday,
Yeah.
awesome,
Yeah.
great,
He went out and
good
had
for him.
He went out and had a Cyndi Lauper game.
Oh, geez.
Bo just wants to have fun.
Are you serious? Wow. But watch yourself.
Let me see my phone.
Yeah, you better
No, I'm
watch
good.
yourself. That was really good.
Mrs. S
though.
might be leave Bo alone.
Yes.
Leave Bo alone.
Boys just wanna have fun.
Oh, Bo just wanna have fun.